Guys, welcome back to another video of the R34 build. This is leaving off exactly where we finished yesterday, because I edited the video yesterday and uploaded it with the motor, drivetrain separate, and the clip. Like I said, our next priority is essentially finishing the engine bay in that car. Hello Yoshi, say hi. The next objective, as I said, is finishing the engine bay in this car and getting it ready for paint and spraying the engine bay so we can move on to putting the motor in. Now, yeah, we have to do some stuff. We have to extract the core support and the tub from that side. As I said, I'm probably just gonna cut the tub while it's still attached to the core support just to make it a little bit easier. But I'll probably have a friend later today come over to stitch weld all of that together. I bought a bunch of clamps from Harbor Freight and a bunch of I bought a bunch of wire wheels too, so I can, like, you know, grind down the stuff, or not grind it down, but just make it raw metal so it can be easy to weld, because it's just going to be filler welds for the stuff. And I think he's actually doing it with flux. I don't know if he's bringing the gas or not, but it's just basic bench welds. So I'm just going to go ahead and start on removing that front clip core support bit. So yeah, I haven't really talked that much in this video, thankfully, but we kind of just skipped from the time lapse of my friend Shane coming over, welding it. There wasn't really that much to explain with the welding, just plug holes for the spot welds and stuff like that. He stitched the tubs and whatnot. Then in the next clip, I did the seam sealer, which is horrible. Like, seam sealer is just horrible. I have no idea how to even apply it or like what, because the surface kind of hardens pretty quick, but the inside is still mushy. So it's kind of weird, but I let it dry and stuff like that. And then I moved to spraying a white sealer. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but this Millennium Jade has to be sprayed over a white sealer. At least I'm pretty sure, because that's how Bayside Blue is. So that's just kind of how I assume Millennium Jade would be. Either way, whatever. I don't care if it matches exactly what Millennium Jade is on the R34, because either way, it's all the same paint going on this car, so I know it'll match. But I really love how it looks. If you haven't figured out, this is the color I'm painting the car is Millennium Jade. So yeah, shocker. But I went with this color because I was really deciding between like Silica Breath and Millennium Jade, and there's like a Nismo Active Red, but I don't know how I feel about red, although my bike is actually red, so I don't know. But yeah, it's a really cool color. It's a mix between like subtle but poppy at the same time, in my opinion, because I don't know, like Bayside Blue is awesome, but it's super in your face blue, and it like makes the car stand out even more. And since this is an R34 in America, like it's already gonna get a crap ton of attention, and I don't really like attention that much, so that's why I also just went with a more neutral color. It's funny because actually the Millennium Jade was also used on a early 2000s Infiniti, I think J20 or something like that. Because if you search Millennium Jade, it's actually the same exact paint code, which is JW0. So I went to my local paint supply, got a quart of this paint, got the sealer, etc. But yeah, it looks really awesome. The best way to show it is in the sun right here, because it is a metallic, obviously, so you'll see the most of it in the sun. But it is really nice. The second I started painting this, I'm like, wow, that's really nice. Or maybe I'm just tired of looking at the primer, so anything would have looked nice on this car, quite honestly. Before anyone like asks whatever, I didn't tape off the coilovers or the studs to the coilovers or the subframe or the cross member, because these are not going to be used on the car. The ones that are going to be used on the car are off of the front clip over there. The coilovers are different too, like that's why I just didn't care. I would have taped it off, or I would have just taken them out if, you know, I was reusing these, so that's why I just purely didn't really care. The fuel lines also have some spray on them. Probably going to be taking the fuel lines out of that car anyway. The clutch master I kind of just covered because I didn't want to disconnect the pedal bit, and then the power cable and the gas cable are kind of run out the side over here. And then I also did kind of basically paint all the way to like the doors almost, and then up here too where the hood hinges sit, and then also the little cover where the plastic cowl piece is going to sit. Now when I do go to paint the car, the fenders are going to be off it, the hood is going to be off it, since those will be painted separately. The body will be painted without the doors on, so I will be continuing the Millennium Jade from there to the side skirt to the jam, up the A-pillar and everything. So that's kind of how like I planned this out. But either way, a lot of this color you don't really see in the engine bay. I just wanted to be that when you open the car, like I said, it looks like a factory car. I know people are obviously going to know this is not a factory car, because I honestly don't even know if a GTT came in Millennium Jade. I know it's only a BNR GTR color, but I'm really not sure about that. Comment down below. But either way, I just wanted to make it look that when you open the doors, the door jams the doors. All the interior and the trunk is still white, because this car is originally white, so I'm gonna have to paint all that too. The interior isn't that big of a deal, because I can still put the motor and trans in, and then, you know, remove because obviously, as you can see, there's so much stuff in the car right now. A lot of that stuff it actually came with, just had it laying in the back seat, so I haven't even sorted through a lot of that, because I've just been focusing on what I know. But yeah, that's it. As always, thanks so much for the support. Next video is probably just gonna be the drivetrain, getting the drivetrain in, because that's really now what I have to do, is get that whole subframe engine motor piece here, roll it. Yeah, I might actually swap the rear subframe first, because the rear subframe is facing that way, and I might as well just swap the rear subframe first and then push out the whole car, turn it around, push it back in, because the engine's gonna have to face that way to get all the stuff down this concrete path. As you can see, Rachel, say hi. Say hi. Yeah, so that'll be fun. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.